Hi everybody, I'm Trin Johnson and welcome to Dust in My Eye. So I have quite a bit of stuff here. Some of it is stuff that I purchased because I really liked something I have that's similar, and some of it is repurchasing things that I really like and could use more of. There's a bit of that. There's a little bit of panic buying, but not too much. Recommendations from other artists on YouTube, recommendations for just in general other artists, and a little bit of things that I came across and went, oh, that would be really cool. And a gift. So if that sounds like a fun thing to watch, if you would like to see what all interested me enough to purchase it, then stick around. I would really appreciate it. And if you could hit that like button, that helps YouTube know that I do a nice job, and it will put my videos out to more people, which is really helpful. And in the meantime, I'm going to clear this off so we can get started one at a time. I don't want this to be too crazy long. I always say that, and then I'm like, but I have some fun stuff here. So stick around and see what it is and why I got it. Okay, I'm going to start with the paper. If you watch my videos, you know that I bought these two pads of paper in Canada a couple weekends ago. And one is denim and one is sage. And they're mixed media papers, and they're by Clairefontaine. And they're really nice. And I haven't used the sage one yet, but I used the denim and made this little book, which, again, if you saw the video, you've seen this, and made just a single sheet of paper accordion book. And it worked pretty nicely. I did have to fold it against the grain to do that, but it was kind of a fun thing to do with it. Since I was sick and I wasn't moving off the couch, it was a good use of my time. And then I bought some more mineral paper, although this time I bought a different brand than I usually buy. And because it's in this flexible container, the pages seem to be a little crinkled. Doesn't really matter because I want to use it for mixed media, collage, jelly plate printing, so it kind of gets crinkled anyway. But I don't think it's inherent something with the paper. I think it was just how it came to me. Although the other stuff I buy has a cardboard backing, so it seems to do a little bit better traveling-wise. This is medical exam paper. I've watched some videos by Jackie Bernardi where she prints on this paper, and when you use it in collage and use it with a matte medium, the paper disappears and all you have is the what you've printed on it, and it becomes translucent. And I thought that just was too intriguing, so I bought some of that. It's very reasonable for quite a large bit. Put these aside. I was watching Lindsay Wyrick the other day, and she said that she went to I think she went to the dollar store or a dollar store like store and got these big clips because you can clip open a sketchbook on both sides, nice and big. These are go to 2 inches. These were at our local dollar store, and they're very nice, and they've got a soft rubber in here so they won't hurt your pages. And I just thought that's a great idea. I'll look and see if I can find some of those. And lo and behold, I found these. And these also have magnets on the back, so they stick together. But I thought that could come in handy out plein-airing, because sometimes clips aren't just not quite big enough. They don't open enough. I got some new beam paints to put into my little container here. Let me get closer. And I haven't quite filled it up yet, but these are my new colors. I have cream and wild salmon and sky blue, which is what this was. They sent me a sample of it, and I really liked it. Violet, white, which is a gouache, I believe. Wintry Night, which is a really, really cool color. And Almost Night, another really cool color. Orca, which is a really pretty color, shiny, sparkly color. And this one is Grasshopper, is it? No, Spring Green. Spring Green. I already had Grasshopper, right? Yeah, that's Grasshopper. I knew there was a Grasshopper in there. So I got those. I have room for maybe 3, maybe 4 more. And then it will be full and they won't wiggle around. And then I can make a chart and know what's where and all that kind of good stuff. This paint color was recommended by someone and I wrote it down and I don't remember who. It's quinacridone lilac. So I have to do a little swatching on that and see what color that ends up really being. Because like I said, it was a while ago. These were recommended. Wait, let me get it there. To use in a sketchbook by Danny Gregory in sketchbook school. And he said it's his favorite way of adding white accents to something. I'm always looking for a way to do that. So I thought, they were cheap too. So I thought, I'll try that. So that is what that is. I have Dr. P.H. Martin's Bleed Proof White. I have some of this right now, but it is not, there's not much left and it's pretty dried up. I keep reconstituting it, but I thought maybe it was time for a new jar. So that's what that is. Now these and these are the best eraser. It does leave crumbs, but I really like it. Really, really erases. And so I got some of those. I cut them in half, and I want to have one in every travel kit that I have, every desk. So I'm not looking for them all the time. The same with these white Chinese white drawing pencils by Derwent. They're a really nice white pencil, and I want to keep one everywhere. So I bought 4 of those and 3 of these. Like I said, I cut these ones in half. So let me see what else I got here. I bought this little guy to be able to have a straight edge in a sketchbook if I want to be able to do that. And I'm torn because sometimes I like that look that's not quite right. It's a little squee-hawed in my journal. So I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it with that. I'm thinking more with sketchbook if I want to make little boxes or something, or just want to check my horizon line, because sometimes that will drive me crazy if I need a straight horizon line, as in there's no there's no hills or anything. So that's what that is. I got this little guy at our local dollar store too. Let me back up a little bit. Oh, one of these days I'll get this figured out. I just thought it was really cute. And I'm always looking at bags because I'm always filling them with all sorts of stuff. And I like to have a selection of bags. Speaking of bags, I got this bag as a gift from one of my students on the last day class. Thanks, Mary. It's really cute and it came in handy already this weekend. I filled it and used it when we went to the cottage. So it was nice to have. My hair dryer broke after years and years and years. I had this tiny little hair dryer and I just loved it. And it was the one I had that I took to watercolor class for my students. And my sister brings one too, but I thought it was nice to have 2. So I tried to find the same kind of thing, could not. This is very, very small. And my other sister highly recommends it because it's not a hair dryer. It is a heat tool and it's made by Ranger, but it is very, very quiet. And that's kind of a nice thing when you're in a class setting. I mean, in general, it's a nice thing, but particularly in a class setting. And it's pretty compact. It's not as small as my other one was. But anyway, this one actually works and my other one quit. So this is a nice thing. That came from my sister's recommendation. Then we did a watercolor class, where we used stencils. And I had seen a video on doing some stencil work. I'll try and link it in the I'll try and link it in the description. It was a really cool idea, and my students really, really enjoyed it. We didn't do it quite exactly like the YouTube artist did, but very similarly. And this pack of their botanical stencils, they're like $5. I forget, and there's like 16 of them or something, and they're very cute. This one's my favorite. So I bought 2 packages actually, so that there'd be plenty for the class to go around, and we made coasters, and which is not the normal thing we do in watercolor class, but we did, and they really enjoyed it. And anyway, so that's those. I also have used them now to do some jelly plate printing, and they worked really well for that too. This guy, I haven't tried out yet. It is basically in place of canned air, but someone in the alcohol ink group that I belong to on Facebook said that they used it to blow out flowers, and it was a nice in between of a blow dryer and I don't know if it was canned air in a blow dryer or if it was I have a airbrush that works really well, but it's very directed, and I thought this might be really nice to have. And if it does not work for that, it will certainly work as to blow dust out of the computer and stuff like that that you would normally use canned air for. And it is rechargeable, and so therefore I don't have to have it corded if I teach a class in alcohol ink. This one would work without being plugged in. It is very loud though. That much I have figured out. So I have to test that out, and I will bring you along with me when I try it. So there's that. These strange things are wallpaper borders that I got at Habitat for Humanity. And this one looks like it's got some kind of farm scene on it. And this one looks like it's fruit, like maybe from a kitchen wallpaper. And I think that's maybe a banana. I don't know. Anyway, I had watched this video where this woman made these kinds of books. Again, I'll link it below. And if you watched my video where I made this, I talk about her and about it. And it's this kind of book where there's a center fold that you sew the book pieces to. And I did it maybe a little bit differently, but her cover, I did mixed media or not applique. I'm a seamstress, can you tell? Collage. I did collage on mine. She used wallpaper borders to make the covers for her books. And I thought, well, that is an interesting idea, but who has wallpaper borders just hanging around? I mean, somewhere in this house, I do have some fairy wallpaper borders from my daughter's bedroom from 28 years ago. But I came across these at Habitat and thought, well, that could be fun. So I bought those. So we'll see what those look like. And if you watch my channel, you know that I got these big oil pastels, this way, sent to me by Paul Rubens to check out. And I really liked them. And I thought it would be really nice to have the white set because I could see these being very handy. So I got the 2 white ones myself because, like I said, that's a color that with oil pastels I find I do use a fair amount. So I think, looks like they might, no, they're the same. I think they're the same. Thought maybe they were a little skinnier, but anyway, so that's that. Then while I was picking out my beam paints, the last 2 I picked out last weekend, there was someone talking to the person, so I was shopping while I was waiting to check out. And of course, I found more goodies. So I found a couple of Posca pen colors in a bigger pen that I had on my wish list. There's a satin pink and a powder pink. And then I bought this light orange because it came in a big fat one. And I bought this beige. I had ivory, but ivory's more yellow than the beige. And I like having the big pens because I can like scribble in the background and then paint on top of it and just do some sketching on top of it. And that's why I wanted the really big ones. And I actually have a few more in my cart on Amazon right now that I'm thinking about. But anyway, so I got those at Elizabeth's at the store. I also got these while I was waiting. They're very cheap. They're Simply Simmons liner and script brushes, and I really like these. I have like 2 other ones, and I'm always like chasing them from one area to the other to be able to use them. And I thought, you know what? They have them again. I'll just get some. So this one's a little shorter than what I usually get, but I got a 1 and a 3 of the longer ones, and I know I've already used them. I know I'm really happy to have more of them. Let me see. Then I also was watching, because I do watch a lot of YouTube, and came across a reference for this woman, Shirley Trevina, which you may have heard of. I had not heard of her, and I watched some of her videos. They're very old, but I really loved what she did, and I loved her approach to watercolor. So I found a masterclass video on Amazon that I bought, and I've not opened it yet. I was hoping we'd watch it last weekend, but I was too sick. And then the last day we were there, my husband hurt himself, and we ended up at the emergency room instead of sitting and watching this like I thought we were going to. But and it's a lovely book. I have not had a chance to really look at it much. I'm really looking forward to really being able to dig into this book and watch this video. And I would like to do it with him because he paints also. And I thought it would be a fun thing to do together. So that I had to wait. Trying to remember, the video came right away, but the book took a while, or vice versa. I cannot remember. And this I just got, and this was my one panic buy that I was afraid if I didn't get it, they were just going to go up, up, up. I've had my eye on these Derwent drawing pencils, and I really like the colors of them. And I really like the Chinese white, obviously, because I bought 4 of them over there. But these came, I got them from Blick, and they were back ordered. And it's interesting because after I ordered them, I realized in my drawing pencils from, who knows how long ago, I don't think it was as far back as college. At some point, I don't know how long they've been making these, but at some point, I had purchased a handful of these. Who knows when? Who knows where? I used to teach a children's art class, and I pick up things anytime I saw something that was different, like the water-soluble graphite pencils. We did a lot with that. We did, the Car & Dash Neocolor 2s. We used those back years ago. And so I found these and thought, well, gosh, I already had some. Didn't realize that. But in looking at my chocolate and the chocolate that's in here, they look like, I'm not sure if it's the same color as it used to be. And this one looks like that one. And this one looks like that one. And this one, maybe that one. So anyway, I have spares, but I wanted these greens anyway. So I wasn't going, oh, shoot, I already had some. Obviously, they're older because they don't have the same ends on them. So I'm going to test those out and see if there's any difference. and see if they are as nice as these are purported to be, because these are supposed to be really nice. And I'm very excited to try them out. So again, when I do that, and I will do some testing and I will let you know what I find out. Unlikely that you have, 4 old ones sitting in your stash that you just trip across, but you never know. I didn't know I had them. So anyway, this is all my goodies, and I can't wait to try a bunch of them out. I have tried a bunch of them out, but I just wanted to show you all the fun stuff that I've been picking up here and there. I don't know if it's helpful to you or not, but maybe you saw something here that sparked your curiosity. And I hope you enjoyed watching it anyway. So thank you for being here. I really, really appreciate you. And I really appreciate your watching. And if you would like to, please check out my Etsy shop where I've printed my artwork along with cute little monsters and other fun stuff for sale.